Hello everyone, we got a good one for you today as we're going to watch Paul Ulibarri battle the field at the Open at Austin 2026. We're going to take a look at Paul on hole 1. His drive on the par 3 is going to hit one of the last guardian trees, come up outside the circle it looks like. Very windy day as you can tell by the flags there. But Paul scoots that putt in for birdie to start his round off. Paul is going to be on chase card today, so lots of people in the mix, lots of potential outcomes here. Paul going a roller for his drive on hole 3, another par 3. It's a good shot, getting it up to the edge of circle. Going to have to make another windy putt, which he does. 2 down through 3 holes for Paul to start his final round at the Open at Austin. On to the next hole, downhill par 3. Swings his drive out wide, and it connects with the tree and stops him inside the circle for another birdie look, which he cashes in. Good start for Paul in his attempt to chase down the leaders on chase card as he's 3 down through 4. Take a look at one of his competitors here, who is on the lead card, Ezra Robinson. Gets his first birdie on the round with the nice putt on hole 4. Started with 3 pars. That putt could get him going. Beautiful putt from Ezra. One of the many competitors in the final round who still has a chance to win. On to the hole 5 par 4. Paul's going to be throwing his second shot from under this tree, coming into the green. Big shot there, puts him outside a circle. Another circle 2 putt coming for Paul. Lofts it up there and once again just gets it high enough into the basket. 4 birdies through the first 5 holes for Paul Ulibarri. Strong push to start the final round. On to Ezra, same hole. His approach from a little different spot. Skipping in there, and that's going to be based. That's going to be 2 straight birdies for Ezra. Jumping up to hole 9, Ezra got a couple more pars, but with his approach, second shot here on the tricky hole 9, he has put it inbounds and close to the bucket. That'll be a birdie, 3 down through the front 9. On to his birdie putt on hole 10, looking to get 2 in a row, and it just kind of slips out the back there. Tough miss for Ezra there. On to Paul, who had a little cold stretch for himself with some bogeys there, but looking to get back on track on the 13th. Long par 3. Just clears the out of bounds area, getting through that tree. So he'll be inbounds here. The long birdie look. And he cashes another one from circle 2. Great putt for Paul. Gets him to 32 under. Right around where Ezra is. Still trailing him by 2. So Ezra comes into that same hole 13 at 34 under. Throwing his drive up there. And that skips up into a really good spot. That's going to be a circle 1 putt, it looks like. Perhaps just outside. Ezra leaves it low. He's frustrated. He knows that's one he's got to make. On to the next hole 14. Paul's drive is out there in a good spot. Now throwing his upshot into the green, which has some OB surrounding it a bit. The upshot is into a good spot, and that's going to be a 3rd straight birdie for Paul Ulibarri as he's looking to put the pressure on the lead card, making his push onto hole 15. Another par 3, which is kind of downhill. Paul skips his drive in there, right up into the circle. Good putt. 4 birdies in a row. He's now up to 34 under, which is what Ezra was sitting at after 14 holes here, as he is throwing his drive on the 15th. Looking similar to Paul's. Gets in there. A little bit of a bad kick maybe, but he's going to have a pretty close putt. and he knocks it down. So he's going to go up to 35 under. Paul now on the 16th, very tricky par 3. Got to make it through this tight tree line at the end, and it looks like he's thrown that perfect. And he has, as that's going to be a tap-in birdie to get his birdie streak to 5 in a row. Really making a push on these last couple holes at the end of the tournament here at the Open at Austin. Ezra on the same hole, 16, throwing his drive. And it's not going to be hitting the gap, but it scoots up there into the woods. That's a very tricky spot to putt from. But it looks like he does have an opening and just misses a left. That would have been a great putt for Ezra. Take another look. So just sails and hyzers on him a bit there. Now at this tournament, there were so many other people with a serious shot at winning, or at least going into a playoff. AB being one of them who was in the mix. Take a look at some of his highlights. He was on hole 14 there, throwing a beautiful drive. Ended up collecting the birdie. Hole 15, throwing another beautiful drive on the par 3. Skipping up in there. What ultimately led AB out of this tournament was this unfortunate spit out from deep for his par putt on hole 16. Going back to Paul Ulibarri now on hole 17. Turns it over nicely. And that appears to be another circle 1 putt upcoming to keep that birdie streak going and keep the pressure on the leaders, who are probably a hole or two behind him as he's chasing him down. Good putt there by Paul. Get to 36 under. Ezra on hole 17 also. At this point, he knows that Paul has birdied this hole. Knows he needs a birdie as well. And throws an absolute dime right up into the bullseye. That's going to be a birdie to get him to 36 under as well after 17 for Ezra. Take another look at this shot. Very nice. And what made this tournament so exciting was there was a plethora of people in the mix. Evan Scott, one of them, hit a big putt there on 15, but these two misses at the end are going to cost him a chance at the tournament. Calvin, same thing, dropping big putts, saving pars. Big deep putts for birdie. Ultimately, this drive on the 17th is going to kick OB, put him out of it. Gannon, same thing, of course, making great putts as he's making a push from the chase card as well. Gets a birdie on the 16th. Throws a good drive on the 17th. Making his strong case for the win at the end. But however, it's going to end for Gannon on the 18th as he kicks right out of bounds. Jaden Rye, who also had a great tournament, trying to win from the 4th card. See, he's got an eagle there, throws a good upshot, gets a birdie. 17th, needs every hole at this point to try to match the 36, which Paul Ulibarri and Ezra Robinson had put up through 17 so far. Good putt there for the birdie, so he's going to have to birdie 18 to have any shot at winning this thing. Throws a great drive off the tee on 18. Throws a good approach, skipping up there. And he's going to have a putt to try to tie them, but just leaves it low. So that's ultimately going to keep Jaden Rye out of it. Kyle on the lead card had a rough day, but still in it at the end. Throws a nice approach there. Some things which cost him through this round was some low drives, but this huge putt on 17 still keeps him in the mix on the 18th hole until he throws this drive off a tree and out of bounds. So that's going to be it for Kyle. Moving on to Paul Ulibarri on the 18th hole. Looking for a birdie, as he knows he needs everyone at this point. Pretty good drive. Going to be in a spot where he can try to attack the green for birdie on the tough par 4 18th hole here at the Open at Austin. He's birdied 6 holes in a row to make this push all the way up to where he is holding down first place right now. Looking to make it 7 in a row. Upshot is fairly good. Gets him way out there into circle 2, it appears. So he'll have a long putt to finish his round out here. Looking to sink it, put pressure on those chasers who are behind him, including Ezra Robinson, who still has hole 18 to play. He's been hitting these putts all day long. Lofts another one up there, and it looks good, but it's just off the left side of the chain, so that's going to be a par for Paul to finish out his tournament at 36 under. Great push from the chase card to put himself in position here to battle it out with the field down the stretch. Taps in his par, so now the fate of this tournament is up to Ezra Robinson, who still has hole 18 to play. Needs a birdie to win. Drive off the tee. Looking good. Skips up there. That's going to be in a great spot to attack for the birdie. Approach now, looking to put it close to the circle. Give himself a putt to win it. Swings it out there. It's looking pretty good. Connects on the one tree in the middle, which you got to beat. Tough. He'll still have a deeper circle 2 putt for the win. Sends it up there. Pretty good run, but that's going to fall short. And now he'll have to tap in that putt to go into a playoff at 36 under with Paul Ulibarri. Take another look. This was from way downtown. Would have been a heck of a way to win the tournament. But regardless, as long as he knocks this in, it's going to a playoff. Paul Ulibarri versus Ezra Robinson. They've emerged from the field of 8 to 10 people who are all looking to take this down in the very last couple holes. Ezra will be driving first on the first playoff hole, which is hole 18 again, what they just played. Should be familiar with what they need for the shots. Ezra drives similar looking drive to the one he just had, but a bit more right. Might be a little tougher shot from over there. Paul throwing second, looking to match or do better. This drive is out there. And it is very good. Getting a forward skip into a great spot. Huge drive for Paul on the 18th. He outdrove Ezra, so Ezra will be throwing his approach first. Definitely a trickier approach than he just had, but still doable. It's looking decent until it connects on that same exact tree he just hit to end his round on the 18th. So, Paul Ulibarri now in a pretty good position with a chance to put one close for a birdie and win the tournament, as long as Ezra doesn't throw one in from deep. Paul finding himself in position which he hasn't been in for some couple years on the tour. Approach is out there, and it is very good. Skipping up into the circle there. So that's going to be a birdie look coming for Paul to win the tournament, as long as Ezra does not sink a deep putt. This is what Ezra is left with. Very, very deep, actually. And obstructed. Decent effort, but that's going to be par at best for Ezra. So Paul is going to be stepping up to his inside the circle putt to win the Open at Austin in 2026. Fairly close. And he puts it in there. Amazing. Paul Ulibarri defeats Ezra Robinson in a playoff to take down his first Pro Tour win in nearly 15 years. Defeats not only Ezra Robinson, but the entire field that was charging down the stretch. Solid 8 players, it seemed, were in the mix. Just an absolutely amazing battle from Paul as well as Ezra. Huge moment for disc golf as a whole. Definitely brought some tears to my eyes as I watched the coverage, watching Paul win. Probably one of the favorite battles here that we've done on the channel. Really enjoyed that one. Until next time, peace.